Fox Sports.
We are the Force. We are MC.
Royals baseball, California's East Bay. The Royals have been struggling against the A's, but last night they used 2 rookies to take game 1, 6-2. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. Put the seatbelt on because the Royals roller coaster is riding again. The Royals had won 10 of 11, then they lost 10 of 12. And now they've won 3 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to this by now. Come on, that's why every Royals fan out there is believing in this ball club. You know what? Because they believe in themselves. The roller coaster ride, it's evident by looking at that. But one thing surrounds all that. That's the team ERA. The pitching is everything.
And the Royals are without Salvador Perez, and certainly that's a big blow to the Royals offensively and defensively. But Salvi missed about 6.5 games last year after having a collision with Cheslor Cuthbert. Drew Butera picked up the slack, and the backup catchers are picking up the slack again this year.
Nice, too. You got to have that out of your quarterback position. A couple of reliable guys, especially Cam. Really? With that slam? That was beautiful. But let's go back to Drew. Drew's just coming off of a 4-hit game. First 4-hit game in his career. That's not easy, but look what the catchers have been doing since Salvi's been out. That's right. They're helping drive that bus. 5 ribbies, 6 runs. How about hitting over 300? That'll work.
And it's not just the slugging Royals, it's the running Royals. Royals offense continues to spike over the past 2 weeks. And with Jason Hamill, the former A's pitcher, on the mound tonight, the Royals go for their 4th win in a row. Sports Kansas City is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all, for less. The Oakland A's take the field on another cool night. 60 degrees, which is actually a little warmer than it was last night. And another small gathering. There wasn't a whole lot of atmosphere, but the Royals played a good game last night, scoring 6 runs on 10 hits. They pitched well, they defended well, and now the Royals have won 7 of their last 10 games here at the Oakland Coliseum. 5 games back in the Central Division. Cleveland leads at Minnesota right now 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. So both of those teams affect the Royals in both the Central and the wild card. And as it stands right now, the Royals are tied for the 2nd wild card spot with the Angels, who are playing very well. They've won 6 in a row. Here's the Royals lineup tonight. Jorge Bonifacio and Cam Gallagher are not in there tonight. Melky Cabrera will shift over to right field. Brandon Moss will be the designated hitter. And even without Salvador Perez, the Royals offense has been doing just fine over its last 10 games. Our Kubota power stats. Royals have hit 16 home runs over their last 10 and scoring a fraction over 6 runs per game. And Hud, we'll see how they do tonight against 36-year-old right-hander Chris Smith.
Yeah, great story about the journey that this young man has put out there in the game of baseball. Been interesting. I'm sure we can document it unless the Royals jump on him and get him out of there. Now, he's not overpowering. You see his numbers. He's just a guy who loves to play the game. He's a pitcher, loves to pitch. He's not overpowering at all. Look for everything but the kitchen sink from him. He's not overpowering. The fastball maybe will reach 86 miles an hour. So don't look for too much. But a guy that's been around as long as he has, he's tough as nails. He's going to execute his pitches and try to keep the ball on the corners.
And there's a fastball at 86 miles an hour outside to Whit Merrifield. He opened last night's game with an infield single. He stole a base and scored a run and was 1 for 5. 2-0. '87 with that fastball. 2-1.
Moves the ball around. He's not going to flash you or anything. He's not going to be real flashy.
I hope he doesn't flash me.
No, sorry. Didn't come out right early. It's early too for that.
That would have to be a fine or a suspension or something.
I'm sorry. It's been a long road trip. 3-1. Whitley be looking for a heater here.
Leadoff walk.
Defensively, the Oakland A's has struggled this year, but Boog Powell, he's a young guy, and he's getting a chance to start out there for just the 8th time in his career. He can go get him. I don't know if he's going to be the answer for them in the long term in center field, but right now, they're giving him a look. He's a nice-looking player.
Lorenzo Cain was also 1 for 5 with a stolen base last night. Royals been running a lot more lately. And there goes Whit right on cue. That's a strike. And he's in there. So just like last night, Whit opens the game reaching base and then steals second.
Very nice of Lorenzo Cain to be taking that pitch for him early in the count. Lorenzo can see him go. Even helped with the little fake bunt. And when you do that, lots of times, that bat gets in the eye level of the catcher and helps him steal that base. He's got the oven mitt working.
And Cain is hit. So Smith is having control problems to begin the game. A leadoff walk and now a hit batter.
It's just interesting about when they warm up in the bullpen. And it hits him in the quad. I watched Smith throw 10 or 15 pitches out there in that Oakland bullpen before the game. He was painting the corners and keeping the ball down. And now he gets out there when there's a hitter in there and he's having issues with command. Go figure. Just the two different animals, the bullpen and then when you face live hitters. He wasn't wild. He didn't throw one wild pitch at all when he was down in that bullpen.
So 2 on, nobody out. Eric Hosmer drove in the Royals' first run in the first inning last night with a single. Downstairs, ball 1.
Locane, trail runner. He keeping his eye on Whitley. In case he steals, he wants to go with him. First baseman Matt Olson, he's off Lorenzo Cain. Locane get a big lead. Rusty's got Lorenzo's back there as first base coach.
Eric Hosmer is hitting .312 overall, but on the road he is hitting .333. Our Toyota League leaders. That is the, well, it says the 3rd best, but it is really the 2nd best in the league. Outside. BA. Remember we established that statistic
Before Altuve?
No, besides Altuve.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He's in his own category this year in hits and average, hitting on the road.
That's a good changeup right there that Chris Smith threw Haas, and Haas spit on it.
It is 3-0. Chris Smith has pitched in the Red Sox organization. He has pitched in the Brewers organization. He has spent a couple of years pitching in independent leagues. So he has paid his dues.
Absolutely has. 36.
3-1, says home plate umpire Tim Timmons. One of the few umpires that shows some personality behind home plate when he calls a strike.
Like it.
Drilled to right field, and it skips by Joyce. Merrifield scores. Kane is around 3rd. He is to the plate. And without recording an out, the Royals have a 2-0 lead in the first inning.
Chris Smith knows that he can't elevate. He doesn't have the power to do that. So everything has been down there. Look at, he tried to pitch Haas the best he could, but Haas, he saw plenty of pitches and was able to measure him. You don't see Haas pull many pitches like that down that line, but with the lack of velocity from Smith, he was able to barrel it. Love watching Lorenzo Cain go first to home. His strides are beautiful. Very quick, fluid, smooth.
Strike 2, Melky Cabrera. He walked twice last night. And he scored along with Moustakas and Escobar on the Cam Gallagher grand slam in the 6th inning. 0-2.
Good to see Melky on that changeup away, try to pull the ball. He knows the situation here. Still nobody out. They got a chance to get more runs. Get greedy. Pull him over there.
One and two.
Melky's got his average with the runner in scoring position way up there, 316.
Fouled away. Still 1-2. Chris Smith has not won a big league game since 2008. That's when he made his big league debut. And it has been a journey since. And will land off the tarp. Big league debut in 2008. A little bit of time with the Brewers in 09, 10, didn't pitch in 2012, independent leagues, and he made his first start this year. 36 years old, the oldest Oakland A's pitcher to make his first major league start. He had made 63 relief appearances before he got his first big league start.
Yep. Incredible.
And nowadays, I mean, one guy could get 63 relief appearances in one season, but his 63 relief appearances goes back to 2008.
True definition of a journeyman. Has young kids, live in a trailer house. He's happy to be a big leaguer. Every day he comes to the park, he's thankful. I don't know how much longer they'll let him go.
Powell cuts it off in left center field, but Hosmer read it, and he will score easily. And the first four have reached for the Royals, and they have a 3-0 lead.
Melky, great hitter. He knew what Smith was trying to do to him. Change ups away, soft away. A lot of us take you that way. So that's just, that's smart. He didn't need to pull him over. He just was going to go ahead. 2 strikes on him. He's going to put the ball in play, and he knew Smith was going to stay on the outer half. Very good hitting.
Ball one on Mike Moustakas. 1 for 4 last night. He scored a run on Gallagher's grand slam, and this has not been a happy place for him at the plate in his career. 2-0. .143.
Yikes.
Joyce is back, and right in front of the wall he made the catch. That ball carried more than I thought it would. It didn't sound great off the bat, but he's so strong. And there's a little bit of a breeze maybe blowing out that way, but he had Matt Joyce right near the wall.
Yep, and hitters are going to supply all the power. We talked about Smith's velocity or lack of.
Brandon Moss gets a nice ovation. He spent 3 seasons here in Oakland. And as we showed you last night during our trivia question, 1 year he led the A's in home runs.
Yeah, I was listening to Joel's interview with him on his Price Chopper Live pregame show, and Moss was talking about the 3 years they went to the playoffs. Yeah, all those years. He said he had a really good time. He said he's just going to tell it like it is. It was good. Said the fans having a hard time now, with the team and stuff. But when he was here, they were passionate people. He liked it. Do you imagine this ballpark full of people?
I've seen it.
Yeah, the energy it's in this place.
And it was a maybe beautiful as a stretch, but it was a really nice baseball stadium before they added the structure out in center field to accommodate the Raiders. It was much more of a baseball stadium than it was a football stadium. It's the only multi-purpose stadium left. But beyond that structure there, they had ivy in the outfield, they had bleachers in left and right. You could see the mountains in the background. now it is neither a baseball stadium nor is it a football stadium. But a great tradition for both sports, the A's and the Raiders. Three and two.
This is a guy here you're going to have to just wait on. I mean, if you're out in front of him, you're in trouble. This guy, you want to aim for the opposite field. Even on this count here. And if he makes a mistake in, you'll naturally turn on it.
We got go.
Melky runs. Strike three called. And the A's get a double play out of it. But the first four reach. Merrifield walks. Kane is hit by a pitch. Eric Hosmer hits a two-run double. And Melky Cabrera drives him in.
Relax and take a break with the perfect pastime. Nice.
In this series, all of those in the first inning. One last night, two tonight. And now the Oakland A's, who have the lowest team batting average in the American League, a collective 239, but they have power. They are sixth in the league in home runs and have the seventh best slugging percentage in the league. Jason Hamill makes his 24th start, the one-time Oakland A's pitcher.
He's been as consistent as any starter this year on the Royals. Team leading 24th start. Consistent. Bit down in the zone. He's been throwing strikes. Fastball, slider, curve change. The slider is his most effective pitch when he needs it. Or a strikeout. Goes straight down.
Joyce gets on top of one, and that's deep into right. And Oakland comes back with a home run. Number 17 for Matt Joyce.
That was a no-doubter. I mean, you could count on that. That's top of the strike zone, 92. Joyce, real easy. See how he took his hands back just very easily and barreled it. Seventh home run he's given up to a left-handed batter.
Fouled away by Marcus Semien. Well, one key for Jacob Junis, Mike Minor, Brandon Maurer, and Ryan Buchter last night was keeping the A's in the ballpark. They rely very heavily on home runs. Jacob Junis gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. And the Royals got 3 scoreless innings from the bullpen. Merrifield was guarding the middle. That's the right spot against Simeon. 1 out.
Forward around the horn, Royals defense. Alex Gordon and Lorenzo Cain, they are good at saving runs. That's right. They are outstanding since 2013. Their communication skills are great. They never run into each other. I don't want to knock on wood, but they always have the presence of each other. They know exactly how to play next to one another, and it's fun to watch them go get them.
Switch hitting Jed Lowry with 1 out. He did not play last night. He is having a good season. 7 consecutive starts, and 12 of his last 13 starts, Jason Hammel has allowed 3 runs or fewer, and his ERA has either remained the same or dropped in each of his last 7 starts. All tying into that mechanical adjustment he made, going to the stretch exclusively. There's Lowry's numbers, and what it doesn't show you is 37 doubles he's hit this year. That's the 2nd most in the major leagues.
Oh, he's a great hitter as far as hitting the gaps. And he's a veteran now. Knows himself. Knows his strike zone. Does Lowry. Good leader.
Jason Hammel really struggling early in the season, and Dave Island, as a good veteran pitching coach will do, finds the right time to make a mechanical adjustment. Lowry takes a 1-out walk. Hammel was open to the suggestion. He won 15 games last year for the Cubs. You could understand a guy who's been around for a while, had the best season of his big league career last year, might resist change, but he didn't. Lately, he has not been walking many hitters. Only 4 in his last 5 starts. But he puts Lowry on here with 1 out.
Yeah, it's hard to change once you're used to doing something a certain way. That's for sure.
And now the dangerous Chris Davis. Sliders in for a strike. Davis was 0 for 3 last night, but he did get an RBI when he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. Got to see Jacob Junis and his composure in that 6th inning. He had just gotten a big lead thanks to the Cam Gallagher grand slam, but you brought it up, Ned Yost brought it up before the game today. Sometimes you get a big lead and there's a little bit of an edge that's lost, as opposed to pitching in a tie game or a 1-run game.
That's one of the biggest things that the pitching coach and manager look for. Does the kid get rattled? Is he rattled easily here, or is he going to try to just remain calm with his body language and get through? And that scores a lot of points. Under control. Joe was interviewing him today, and he talked about his father always talked to him about him staying under control at all times.
Davis is down on strikes. Ned said that, you know, Gallagher hits the home run and everyone's excited in the dugout. Jake Junis was excited. I mean, that's his buddy. He's been pitching to him for 5 years. But Ned, when everyone calmed down, he got Cam Gallagher aside. He said, look, you need to make sure that you guys get the first guy out in the next half inning. Let's get the focus back right now. Big lead. It's really easy to lose your focus after you get a big lead. But the A's got 2 hits. Then with 1 out, 2 hit batters. But as you said, Junis pitched out of it.
Good work by the skipper.
Ryan Healy takes a curveball for a strike.
That's why they call that position a manager's job. You manage your guys. Ned's been there before. He understands, especially being a catcher. That's why more catchers are major league managers than any other position out there that they played in their careers.
He knows exactly the heartbeat of the players, especially his own players.
Stocker's backhands. His long throw is right on the money. So Matt Joyce leads off the inning with his 17th home run. At the end of one, the Royals lead is 3-1.
And it's actually named Rickey Henderson Field, and why wouldn't it be? Joel Goldberg right above that sign. Rickey Henderson had 435 career stolen bases just here in this stadium alone. And a little bit of perspective here, the Royals have a couple of players that are over 20 stolen bases in Whit Merrifield and also Lorenzo Cain. And we see our Academy Sports and Outdoor leaderboard and what the Royals have done from a running standpoint lately. By the way, Rickey had 23 straight seasons of 20 or more and did it 29 times, part of his 1,406 stolen bases. But guys, talking to Rusty Kuntz, because the Royals are running a lot more lately, and a lot of it is opportunity. It's certainly about the pitcher, more about the pitcher than the catcher, and that was the case last night. But he also said it's just a matter of who was on base, and as only Rusty could describe it, he said earlier in the season it seemed like we had all the aircraft carriers on base. Now, he said, we've got the fighter jets, and I guess we saw one of those fighter jets in the first inning. And Rusty thought that it would be tougher to run on Chris Smith tonight. Whit took care of that right away.
Stole a base right after he walked. No swing. James Hoy is the first base umpire.
Nobody
Nobody
wants to be an aircraft carrier.
That is not a compliment. If you're now, if you're a ship in the Navy, that's a compliment. But if you are a base runner, it is not. Good guy to get the second inning started. Alcides Escobar extended his hitting streak to 6 games last night. He actually had 2 hits and scored 2 runs. Escobar, Gordon, and Butera. You were sitting right next to me in the dugout when I interviewed Ned for the radio pregame show, and I brought up the same thing Joel just brought up. I said, you know, you guys have the most stolen bases since the All-Star break. Is that just circumstances presenting itself, or are you pushing the envelope? And Ned said, no, you know, in spring training I decided we're not going to run much in the first half, but in the second half we really want to lead the league in stolen bases.
Yeah, no, he's
not only did he say that, he said it during the interview.
Yeah,
tongue in cheek, but saying the same thing that Joel did. That just, but it's a good question to ask, because the Royals are hitting so many home runs. You wonder, are they trying to maybe take fewer risks on the bases? Simi into the middle, and he gets Escobar, but Ned's answer was no, that the approach, whether they're hitting home runs or not on the bases, stays the same.
Yeah, you know, if you got a power team and you get thrown out on the bases, that takes the ribby away because the hitter could hit a homer. So it's going to take away from your
Batting in
steals.
the eighth position, left fielder, number 4, Alex Gordon.
Alex was 1 for 4 last night. He had one of the stolen bases. Smith mitts outside, ball 1. Hosmer drove in 2, Cabrera 1 in the Royals' 3-run first inning. And then Matt Joyce led off the bottom of the first with a home run for Oakland. 2-0. Three balls, no strikes. Smith walked Merrifield, and then he hit Kane to begin the game. That set up the Royals' 3-run inning. Alex with a 3-0 swing, right center field, but playable, and Howell is over to make the play. So Smith got away with one there. He may have thought he had a free strike on 3-0.
Yeah, hit off the end of the bat too. If he barrels that, that's going to be a homer. Alex could use one. Smith, quick worker, gets up there, throws the ball. He's got a lot of old school in him. Not just because he's 36.
Drew Butera got last night off, while Cam Gallagher had a big night at the plate. A walk, a grand slam, and a double. One and one. Cam's going to work on his glove. Out of the lineup tonight.
I asked
2 balls, 1 strike.
Today, I asked him if his phone blew up at all. He goes, well, last night, all my family is late. It's 3 hours. They're on the East Coast. They stayed up for it. But today, this morning, my phone, I mean, I couldn't contain all the messages.
Chris Davis is there and makes a play. So a couple of hard hit outs to the outfield, but the Royals are down 1-2-3 in the second. Story tonight is the big story from last night. Edwin Encarnacion, he had 2 home runs at Fenway Park last night. He has a home run tonight. Minnesota is hosting Cleveland for a 3-game series before the Indians come to Kauffman Stadium over the weekend, and now Cleveland has a 6-1 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jason Hamill throws a breaking ball strike to Matt Olson, the A's first baseman. He was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts last night. What do you have to do with your hands, Bud, to adjust when you hold them way out in front of your body like Olson does?
Yeah, well, it's awkward to see that. I mean, he almost has them totally extended. He's got to be able to get him back in close to his chest so he can stay in there. He's got big power.
And for the second time tonight, Melky watches it sail over his head for a home run. Matt Joyce leading off the first, Matt Olson leading off the second, and now it's a 3-2 game.
Every hitter has his own starting position, but as the pitch is on the way, the hands got to come back. Watch them how they go back. Like if they go back and down, and that's another misplaced fastball by Hamill. Top of the zone, up. It's already elevated, so all the hitters got to do is just take the barrel to it and get underneath the ball because it's elevated. Makes it easier for him. But it looks a little bit awkward out there. Doesn't look uncomfortable.
Fouled back into the crowd. Matt Chapman with nobody on. Well, both of their runs so far have come by way of a home run. Fortunately for the Royals, nobody has been on base, but only the Blue Jays and the Rangers have relied on the home run more in the major leagues than the Oakland A's. Topped out to Moustakas. One away in the second inning.
Yeah, problem with the home run ball. If your team is fortunate enough to get in the postseason, you can pitch around home run bats a little bit easier than you can a contact team. So how you're going to score your runs, in the postseason when pitching becomes really premium.
You're facing your opponent's best starters every night,
right?
A rested bullpen every night. It's cold. Ball's not flying out like it is in the middle of the summer.
No, and they're hitting their spots. Power hitters usually are swing and miss guys.
Another left-hand batter with some power, and the location for Jason Hamill to Matt Joyce and Matt Olson almost identical, up and in to the left-hand batter, and both hit home runs. And now it's 0-2 on Maxwell.
There they are, wheelhouse. If the ball's down 5 inches, they hit a hard ground ball, maybe. You hope.
Now to third base coach Steve Scarsoni, who played for the Royals.
It looked like he still had good hands right on that play. Hands are the last thing to go. Still got him. He was an infielder.
1999, Steve Scarsoni was with the Royals. Witt to the hole. 2 down. Harvesters, the Royals and Price Chopper teaming up against the Greater Cleveland Food Bank and the Cleveland Indians for the Step Up to the Plate food drive in a friendly competition to help fight hunger. Bring your canned goods and peanut butter to the stadium on Saturday prior to the Royals and the Indians. And for more ways to get involved in the fight against hunger, visit royals.com/step-up-to-the-plate. Another left-hand hitter, Boog Powell, takes a breaking ball for a strike. Powell singled and scored one of the A's runs last night. Royals won that game 6-2. 1-1. Boog Powell is not related to Boog Powell.
But his his parents obviously had to have. Ooh.
That ball is off the top of the wall. He missed a home run by a foot. And Powell goes diving into second base with a 2-out double.
Hamill's going to have to make some adjustments and corrections to the left-handed batters here. Although
a pretty good pitch.
Nothing wrong with that. He golfed that sucker. And Drew wanted it down there. Good location.
Right fielder,
That's his good hit right there.
Feeling pretty good if you throw a pitch like that and you get the hitter to swing at it.
Drove that ball off the top of the wall.
Herschel Mack Powell the fourth. It was his grandfather. That was his favorite player, Boog Powell.
Okay.
The Oriole, Boog Powell.
There you go.
Matt Joyce led out the first inning with a home run to right.
I'll bet when he gets to Baltimore, he'll have to meet the real Boog Powell. Well, the first Boog Powell. The Oriole. Maybe have a little Boog's barbecue while he's there. It's kind of out of the Billy Burns mold. Billy Burns, he tore it up here for a little while. Now we have it.
Two and one.
Joyce hit his fourth leadoff home run this season. He's got 8 career leadoff homers now.
Three and one. Jason Hamill, before he even stepped on the mound tonight, had a 3-0 lead. He allowed a home run in the first. He's allowed a home run in the second. And now the A's have Powell at second base with 2 down. Full count. He now has 4 home runs and 8 driven in his last 11 games. And 11 runs scored. He's had a nice career for several teams as a 4th outfielder, an occasional starter. But for a lot of his career, just didn't do much against left-hand pitching, which limited his playing time. Strike 3 over the outside. So the tying run is stranded at second base on a called third strike, but the A's get another home run. Matt Olson makes it a 3-2 Royals lead.
Good pitch.
runs. So a 1-run Royals lead. And it's the top of the order in the 3rd inning. Whit Merrifield against Chris Smith. Whit opened the game with a walk. He stole second base and scored on Hosmer's double. We showed you that in the 2nd inning. And that's bobbled at 3rd by Chapman, but he has time to get Whit. And there's one down. Chris Smith, the oldest Oakland A's pitcher to make his first major league start at the age of 36 earlier this year. So our sprint trivia question: who is the youngest Oakland A's pitcher to make his first career start? Well, there's one clue. It is an Oakland A's pitcher. We don't have to worry about the Kansas City or the Philadelphia A's.
Okay. I have a guess, but I don't want to. If it's the right answer, it's too soon. But let him think about it a little bit. It may not be yet.
Here, I'll write one down. You write one down.
Okay.
One and one on Lorenzo Cain. Yep, we have the same guy.
Okay, so I'm thinking that's the answer.
So we'll 2 and 1 on Cain. He was hit by a pitch and scored on the Hosmer double.
This guy we're thinking about pitched for almost every team in baseball.
Yeah, the guy we're thinking about, it would be easier to start rattling off the teams he didn't play for than it would be to rattle off the teams that he did play for. If in fact we're thinking of the right guy. 3 and 2. But after all that discussion, Hud, we got the wrong guy. We were thinking of Mike Morgan.
Come on.
Both of us wrote down
Really?
Mike Morgan.
Huh.
Base hit left field. Lorenzo Cain is on base for the 2nd time. Another base hit for Lorenzo Cain against the Oakland A's. Kia puts us in the driver's seat. He is a .500 hitter against the Oakland A's this year. Base hit and a run scored tonight. A base hit and a stolen base last night.
Chris Smith, he threatened to throw to first base, and Locaine Flint's going back. He's going to keep an eye on the runners.
Eric Hosmer hit a 2-run double and he scored in the 1st inning. 0-1.
You want to pick a changeup to run on, that's the one to go on. Takes a little bit longer to get to the plate.
One ball, one strike. One of the youngest, this is not the answer, but sometimes you think about something and other memories just start rushing in. But one of the youngest starters in Royals history made his big league debut on this mound in 2004. 2 balls, 1 strike. Zach Greinke made his big league debut here in Oakland. But anyway, Hosmer's double was to right field. 3 and 1.
How about Sonny Gray?
Now, Dave Holtzman just told me Zach Greinke was 20 when he made his big league debut here in 04. The answer to our trivia question, the A's pitcher was barely 18.
Wow.
Mike Morgan was 18 years old.
Yeah.
But the answer, by days, he was younger. Off of Lowry's glove, And that cost the A's a double play. Kane is out at second, 2 down.
That ball was scalded.
Now batting, number 53.
Tough. One little short hop. Lowry barely could just glove it and get the out. Play by Simeon there. Reach out there and avoid the cleats. The sliding cane.
And now Melky will try and make the A's pay for not turning that double play. With 2 strikes in the count in the first inning, Melky made contact and slapped it into left center and drove in Hosmer, and the Royals had a 3-0 lead 4 batters into the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. And then Mike Moustakas drove Matt Joyce to the wall in right field. He nearly hit a 2-run home run. That'll be out of play. I need a clue.
I thought Morgan would be it. So he was 18 when he made his start?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a name we know. Strike 3 over the outside. So no double play, but Smith strikes out Melky Cabrera to end the top of the 3rd. Fox Sports Kansas City is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickup on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. By the Missouri Lottery, every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Marcus Semien. Big curveball drops in for a strike. He grounded out to second base in the first inning. Semien, Lowry, and Davis. No balls, 2 strikes. still 0-2. Jason Hamill has given up 2 leadoff home runs in the first and second innings to Matt Joyce and Matt Olson. Just outside, 1-2. Got him. 3 strikeouts for Hamill.
That's the slider.
Now batting second baseman.
Yeah, and that's you could call that a drop ball as well. That's a dropper, and that's coming out of the sky.
Jed Lowry walked his first time up. How you doing on our trivia question? I've gotten a
little bit baffled.
Couple of text messages not helping me, but basically telling me that we're going to be mad when we find out what the answer is.
Huh. Especially since the guy we guessed was 18 when he made his start.
Right. He was not a Royal. And a clue that I've been given is he is somebody that we see during the baseball season, but think outside the lines. That'll drop into left field. Lowry's at first base with 1 out. This Friday is the last Buck Night and summer fireworks of the season, and it'll be the Royals and the Indians. Hot dogs and peanuts are just $1 a piece. That's Buck Night, presented by Price Chopper and Heinz. And then finish strong with summer fireworks, presented by Popsicle and Price Chopper. Royals.com, 1-800-6-ROYALS, or an area Price Chopper location for those tickets. The Royals will see the Indians over the weekend, and then the Rockies next week.
Wasn't Vita Blue. We already guessed that.
We did not guess Vita Blue, but I don't see Vita Blue during the season. Do you see Vita Blue during the season?
So that was my bad.
One and one on Chris Davis. Hamill struck him out in the first inning.
Got another clue. Late 70s.
Two and one. We have until the next half inning to come up with the answer.
Okay. Hamill's a fly ball pitcher, but he has induced 4 ground ball double plays.
Ooh. That is deep to left center field, and the Oakland A's have taken a 4-3 lead in the third inning. They have hit 3 home runs, accounting for all 4 of their runs. That is number 33 for Chris Davis.
Wow, I mean, he waited on this. He just waited. 85 over the middle of the plate. Strong. I mean, he is put together. The minute he made contact, I knew that. There's no way any walk could contain that one.
Ryan Healy.
So it's been a while since Jason Hamill has allowed more than 3 runs. Here's Ryan Healy, and he bunts. Moustakas, bare hands, safe.
Nice play and good try by Moose. He was back. You're not expecting your designated hitter to drop a bunt down. He disguised it well. Look at that perfect form. Drop the back leg, get your balance. Hands on top. Look how far back Moose was. It's a good effort, though. Good try. He beat it.
A 2-run home run, followed by a bunt single, and now Matt Olson. He homered to right in the second inning. The last time Jason Hamill allowed more than 3 runs was July 1st. It is the first time all year he has given up 3 home runs. One ball, one strike. One and two. Big curveball strikes him out, and Hamill has 4 tonight.
There's the dropper. It fooled him. Starting up around his head high, man. I mean, that ball, that thing's dropping 4 feet. That's a beauty.
Matt Chapman grounded out to Moustakas in the second inning. One and one.
All right, how about Blue Moon Odom?
No. So Vita Blue and Blue Moon.
We see Blue Moon around. I do here. He comes to the ballpark.
1 and 2 on Chapman.
Blue Moon was 19. Yeah, it is. Pretty young.
Two and two on Chapman.
It's their third baseman of the future. Good range, great arm. That's a pop. Ooh, that hurt.
Well, it's been a big strikeout night for Jason Hamill. He has struck out 5 in the first 3 innings, but the A's have hit 3 home runs and they've turned the game around. They lead 4-3.
Stopper here. How about that? We'll take you out to Miami. Bumgarner. Oh, and I promise this is not a broken record. Stanton goes deep again. That's home runs in 6 straight games. He's got 11 homers in August. Really? The game's not that easy. But when you're in a groove, you're in a groove. That guy Davis, he can hit some home runs too. And both him and Stanton have one thing in common: quick and powerful bat speed in the short area over the plate. They're quick to get in that bat there. It's not the long swing. It's about that quick hand speed. It comes right in there, generates that pop.
One and one on Mike Moustakas, who nearly homered himself in the first inning and flied out to the wall in right field. The Royals scored 4 batters into the game tonight. And now Oakland leads 4-3. 2-1.
Smith, he's a finesse righty. A Jason Vargas from the right side. 85, 86.
Three and two. The last hint. This just adds to the frustration. The last hint is on our trivia question is that this gentleman has a 2015 World Series ring. Deep center field. Powell is back, and he's got it. Mike Moustakas has flied to the warning track twice tonight. One away in the fourth. Well, hang on a second. Hang on. Give us a chance to think about it.
Now batting.
Our trivia question is, who is the youngest Oakland A's pitcher to make his first career start? What's his last name?
Did he have a nickname?
Oh boy. Really? I didn't know that. Did you know that?
Yes, I know he pitched.
Yeah, but I didn't know
for
that.
the A's.
Oh, I never would have gotten that in a million years. Tim Conroy is part of the Royals front office. He is the special assistant to the general manager. Line to right field. The Royals are still getting good swings against Chris Smith. Moss is 0 for 2, 2 down in the 4th inning. Tim Conroy, a first-round selection of the A's in 1978. Pitched with the A's in 78, 82 through 85, in St. Louis from 86 to 87. Great question.
Yep. Way to go.
Escobar grounded out to short in the 2nd inning. Can you imagine 18 years old playing in the big leagues? So Chris Smith was twice his age when he made his first big league start earlier this year. 2-1. Well, we haven't seen a fastball over 87 miles an hour from Chris Smith. 85, 86, 87, but well, the Royals are down 4-3, and they weren't able to add on after getting 3 in the 1st inning. I think their approach, well, I take that back. There's been a pitch that's been 88 miles an hour. I think their approach has been good against him. They're not up there wailing away or trying to pull the ball. They're hitting line drives. They're going to the opposite field.
Yeah, they got to wait him out.
You can make a strong case that this would not be a good matchup for the Royals. An off-speed type pitcher who is going to dance around the edges of the strike zone. And that's caught at first. So a fly out to the warning track in center field, a line out to right, and a line out to first. And the Royals are down 1-2-3.
Homecoming for many of the coaches on the Royals staff, including Ned Yost and Doug Henry, who grew up in the area. Joel Goldberg out in left field, and fun talking to Doug Henry about his memories. He said that he used to come here. He'd hop on the bar at the Bay Area Rapid Transit System as a 9-year-old by himself and would come sit in the upper deck in $1 seats. The stadium was packed. He said his favorite players back then were Joe Rudy, and he remembers a young rookie 19-year-old Claudell Washington in 1974. And then he said he lived his dream the first time that he pitched here in Oakland. It was his rookie year, and Chris Bosio was starting that game. He was dealing through 8, absolutely dominant, and Bosio comes out and says, you know what, I'm done. Let the rookie pitch in front of his family. And his mom and family and a number of friends were right up here in left field. And he says he comes in, steps on the mound, and the first batter he faces in 1991 is Jose Canseco. Strikes him out on a fastball looking. And he said that there was a big picture in the paper the next day of Canseco slamming his bat on that strikeout. His mom got that picture. That was the 17th game of his 582 big league career. He said that's when he knew he had made it to the big leagues.
Nice.
Maxwell grounds out, one away. You probably had, what was your first I can't believe I'm playing here moment?
Yeah, you know what, man.
The stick?
Yeah,
Dodger Stadium?
No, Candlestick was a good experience. I was a little more nervous there. I didn't have time to think about any. I want to say probably Dodger Stadium when Vin Scully said my name, and after the game was over, I remember calling my mom. They lived in Fresno, 4 hours up north. Mom, did you watch the game? Yes, son. Did Vin Scully say my name? Yes, he did. Did he say anything about me? Oh, he said some nice things about you. That's when I was like, wow, I'm a big leaguer, man. That's so cool. Vin Scully said my name. And you know, another famous PA announcer at Yankee Stadium was Bob Shepard. Bob Shepard, he has such a classical voice, you know, and you knew you were in the big leagues. So that was pretty special to get my name announced there too. So had nothing to do with me or any numbers or anything like that. I didn't have much of a numbers career, but I had a lot of fun. And Doug did too. So did Ned. Dave Island, all those guys, they'll tell you, went fast. That's the one thing. It's guaranteed a ball player. You'll be an ex-ball player.
Did Vin Scully mention your degree in astronomy? No?
He didn't. No, at that particular time, I was not as well schooled as I am now.
Three and one on Boog Powell. Matt Joyce, Matt Olson, and Chris Davis have homered. Boog Powell just missed a home run and hit the top of the right field wall for a double in the second inning. Now he goes the other way. Alex sprints to the line, slides, and came up just a little bit short.
Nice effort. On contact, he was off. Ooh. Oh, man.
Now, Eric Hosmer last night had the advantage of Salvador Perez running out of the dugout and letting him know how much room he had there. The A's bullpen was like a collection of statues.
Yeah, they were not being very helpful to Alex.
That ball is slicing, and that'll help out Alex. 2 outs in the 4th inning.
Now batting, right fielder, number 23, Matt Joyce.
And now the A's begin their 3rd time through against Hamill. Beginning with Matt Joyce. He led off the 1st inning with a home run to right, and then Hamill came back and struck him out in the 2nd. 2-0. That sound you hear in the background is somebody playing the drums, which is actually a familiar sound here, or some sort of percussion. But it was silent here last night. There were no drums. We're used to the dueling drums, a group of fans in left field and a group of fans in right field. 3 balls, 1 strike.
This place, and of course, in Cleveland's ballpark, they have their drummer there. But this place, usually there's a lot of racket going on. At least it has in the past. It's as close as you get to like a game in Japan, where they have a band. Every team has a band. One in left field and one in right field.
They'll typically have big crowds here, but it's usually a pretty festive crowd. Will Ferrell would be very happy with her effort, although I don't know if that's a cowbell, but it makes a similar sound.
Careful near that mound. Watch out.
And I wonder if that had something to do. Now, that was not an easy play at all for Moustakas, but he's been here long enough to know about that mound. I'm sure that was on his mind.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, you know, it's elevated. So when you're running along there.
He looks at it once. Yeah. He looks at it twice.
Yeah, he knows. And by then he'd lost track of it.
That's deep to left field, but playable. And Hamill has his first clean inning tonight. We've played 4 in Oakland, and the A's have a 4-3 lead. In the upper 50s. You can enjoy the sweet life with Salvi. Enter to win at Royals.com/Salvi for a private meet and greet with Salvador Perez. You'll attend batting practice and then have an exclusive VIP suite experience at the game on September 28th. Compliments of Price Chopper.
He's very fresh. You could tell he's feeling better. Because he's bebopping around a little bit, smiling, joking, laughing, doing the typical Salvi stuff.
1-1 on Alex. He flied out to deep right center field on a 3-0 pitch in the second inning, caught by the center fielder Powell. 2-1. Two and two.
Talked about Chris Smith being well traveled. I looked at his numbers in his cities here. Lowell must be upstate New York in the New York Penn League. Lowell, Augusta, Sarasota, Portland, Pawtucket, Nashville, Milwaukee, Tacoma, Wichita, Indiana. That's Wichita, Indiana.
No, Wichita Independent.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hard time. Need my glasses. Another independent, Sugarland, El Paso, San Antonio, Nashville. This guy's been everywhere. Lowell, Massachusetts. I thought that might have been upstate New York. Thank you.
And Wichita would be in Kansas.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to read here. It said I-N-D. I thought it meant Indiana. My bad. Anyway, he's been all over. His team got in the lead, man. He's doing all he can now. Ross been knocking the ball around on him hard, right at people. I'll start finding some holes here. He's never won a start. He's 36 years old. But his teammates, he's well liked. He got in the lead now. He's literally pitching for his life. And who knows how much longer he'll get opportunities at 36 years old.
He was a 4th-round pick once upon a time, so he was thought very highly of in the Red Sox organization. That was 15 years ago. 4th-round pick out of Cal Riverside, where he was the all-time strikeout leader, and then got to the big leagues in 2008, and then the odyssey began.
His dad told him, you're gonna have to work your whole life. You might as well play baseball as long as you can. And he is. He's hanging in there. A little hesitation move there.
Another line drive out for the Royals. Here's our University of Kansas Health System injury report update, and another Houston Astros player going on the disabled list. Brian McCann has some trouble with his right knee. He hasn't had what I would call a great year for the Astros on the field, but he's one of the guys that they have pointed to for clubhouse leadership.
Yep.
Drew Butera has lined out to left field. Oh, 0-2. Dallas Keuchel's been on the disabled list a couple of times. Lance McCullers has been on the disabled list a couple of times. Colin McHugh. We've had a couple of their key bullpen guys go down. Tony Sipp, Michael Feliz, Will Harris, George Springer's been on the DL. Carlos Correa's coming back from thumb surgery. He did go around. That is the 3rd strikeout for Chris Smith. 2 down in the 5th inning.
Yep. It looks like he went. Tried to play it off.
Now batting, number 15, Whit Merrifield.
Lifted to left field. And Davis onto the warning track and bumps into the wall. Well, the Royals have had a good approach against Chris Smith, but in their first 5 innings, They have just 3 hits. It's a 4-3 Oakland lead. Bottom of the 5th inning. Hope to see you on Saturday. Cleveland is in town for Legends Night presented by Royals Authentics, and former Royals pitcher and Royals Hall of Famer Kevin Napier will participate in a pregame autograph signing, and the first 20,000 fans get his bobblehead presented by Commerce Bank. Visit Royals.com to purchase tickets. That is coming up on Saturday. Kevin Napier was traded from the Royals to the Oakland A's in 1999 for Blake Stein,
Okay.
if memory serves, Jeff D'Amico, and Jay Watasek.
Wow.
Did I get that right? 2-1 on Marcus Semien. He is grounded out to second and struck out. The A's have hit 3 home runs. They have scored all 4 of their runs on home runs. There's a base hit to left field. First time they've had their leadoff man on base. They've had a couple of home runs to leadoff innings.
Missouri Lottery Fox track shows you down the middle, on the outer half, but elevated. He just reached out, barreled it. That's the old conventional oven mitt right there he's putting on now. That's a little sliding guard. That's to keep your wrist from bending. But the
other one is designed so you don't jam your fingers.
Yeah, the other one covers the whole fingers. That's the modern day one. I've never seen anything like that until Whitley started wearing it.
Rajay Davis, who is with the A's now. We saw him wear that when he was with Cleveland. Here's that point in the game where Hamels had some trouble this year. 3rd time through the order and over 75 pitches. In his start on Thursday at St. Louis, the Cardinals 3rd time through went 1 for 3. They also got a base runner with a hit batter, and they scored 2 runs. One of those after Hamel had departed the game, but it was charged to him.
Just keep the ball down if you can, especially the left-handers. Simeon 7 for 7 in steals.
That'll be foul and out of play. Lowry going with the helmet that you'll see a lot in the minor leagues now, the double ear flap, which comes in handy for him. He's a switch hitter, but those are those newer helmets which are designed to help prevent concussions, a little more ability to deflect and absorb.
Yeah, a little different material that's able to withstand a ball thrown mid to upper 90s.
One and two. He is a tough guy to strike out. Chris Davis is on deck, who has struck out. But Jed Lowry has 3 strikeouts in his last 99 plate appearances.
There's a guy with some pride.
And he got him with a fastball up. Six for Hamill.
Surprised him. Good spot. Now that spot up there with Joyce and Olsen, those are the balls that were hit out of the park in that spot, but Lowry couldn't get to it.
Hit well to center, but Kane is right there. Davis is out. He had a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning that put Oakland in front 4-3. And now Hamill will get Ryan Healy.
25, Ryan Healy.
Daniel Coulombe warms up in the A's bullpen. Just starting to warm up. So it would appear that Chris Smith would take them out in the 6th. Ryan Healy came up right after Chris Davis hit the 2-run home run in the 3rd inning, and with the infield back, dropped down a bunt. Mike Moustakas still almost threw him out. And the Royals are not worried about him dropping down another bunt here.
Let him have it. Guy with 21 home runs. If he wants to bunt, Moose is saying take it.
Simeon runs, and it's grounded to Moustakas. He'll bare hand throw, and Hosmer pulled it out. Mike Moustakas showing off his shortstop days from back in high school.
Oh, that was really nice. He got Moose the first time, but he's not getting him this time. Beautiful play by Haas. Watch this. Soft hands. Nice.
inning. And it is our Sonic Slam inning. We had a Sonic Slam last night.
Leading off for the
Our
Royals,
contestant is Kathy Gooden from Leavenworth. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park, Kathy wins $100. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Kathy wins 25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. And last night we had a Sonic Slam. It was the 8th time in the history of the Sonic Slam inning. Cam Gallagher won Tim Brown from Leavenworth, or rather from Shawnee, $25,000 with this swing.
That's right. And, you know, he'll never forget it. Neither one of those guys.
Royals Vice President Toby Cook has informed us that Tim Brown will be at the game on Friday, and the Royals will present him his $25,000 check. The Kansas City Star was able to track him down, and he was watching. He gets up early in the morning. I believe he works in the landscaping business, so he has very early mornings. But he knew that he was going to be the contestant, so he had a little extra coffee so he could stay up and watch.
Oh,
and he saw the grand slam. His kids were asleep. So they had to celebrate very quietly. And he said that when asked what the first purchase was going to be, he said he was going to get a Cam Gallagher jersey. Kane is out as Chapman shows off his arm. But we hear the Royals will take care of that for Tim Brown. They will present him a Cam Gallagher jersey along with a check for $25,000.
I can't wait. I hope to meet him. Look at the smile on Melvin's face.
Left-hand batter's coming up, and Chris Smith is out. Daniel Coulombe will come on with Hosmer, switch hitter Melky Cabrera, and then Moustakas and Moss coming up. Has qualified for the win, and the Royals in the first inning scored 3 runs after 4 batters. A walk, a hit batter, Mike Moustakas, or rather Eric Hosmer, hit a 2-run double. Then Melky Cabrera drove in the Royals' 3rd run, and then a lot of bad luck. Royals hitting the ball right on the nose and just didn't have anything to show for it. So Daniel Coulombe is on, and he throws a breaking ball for a strike to Hosmer.
Yeah, a lot of bad luck for the Royals. Good luck for Smith. That's wild. Coulombe, he's a lefty. 88-92. Fastball curve change.
Since that first inning, the Royals hit 7 balls with at least a 90-mile-an-hour exit velocity. So that's going out faster than it was coming in. And 4 of those 100 or more miles an hour exit velocity. And none of those were hits.
Yeah, Haas hit one at 110. That was the one that Lowry couldn't handle at second base. It was 110. That's just about as hard as Haas can barrel one.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Hosmer has a couple of at-bats in the past against Coulomb. Chris Smith has never won a big league game as a starter, and he hasn't won any game in the big leagues period in 9 years. Bounced over the mound, and it's Chapman, the third baseman, cutting across the infield and throwing out Hosmer 2 away. Remember, if you can't catch a game on TV, you can always stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. Bigger crowd here tonight than last night. The announced attendance is 13,875. There were fewer than 10,000 here last night. That ball's hit hard. The right to Simeon, and that's the inning. Melky Cabrera's 1 for 3. 4-3 A's to the bottom of the 6th. Four 4-3 Oakland to the bottom of the 6th inning. You can get closer to the action at Kauffman Stadium with our Royals Memories program. Choose amongst a variety of unique opportunities, such as watching summer fireworks on the field. That's this Friday night. All experiences are available for purchase each game exclusively through the MLB.com ballpark app. Jason Hamill will take the mound in the bottom of the 6th inning. He has given up 3 home runs for the first time this year. He has allowed more than 3 runs for the first time since July the 1st. It'll be Matt Olson who is homered, Matt Chapman, and Bruce Maxwell. Olson's home run led off the 2nd inning. That made it 3-2 Royals, and then Chris Davis hit a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning to put Oakland in front. One and one.
This young man has a chance to be a good big leaguer for a long time to come. They project him to be a middle of the order type of hitter. They don't expect a high batting average from him because he's going to swing and miss a lot, but they think he's going to be a 25 to 30 home run guy a year. That's what they do with young players. They project. Good attitude, good makeup, good learner, all those things. Good.
Escobar backhands, unloads, one away. He was a player the A's wanted to get more playing time for when they traded away Yonder Alonso to the Mariners.
Number 26.
First round pick for the A's, Matt Olson, back in 2012. And now Matt Chapman, a first round pick of the A's in 2014. Oh, and 1.
Chapman, he's had a 23 and a 29 home run minor league season, so he's got power potential. They like his defense at third. Got a few good players to build from. Maybe not quite like the White Sox, but good-looking young talent.
Good spot, 1 and 2. Hamill has thrown 90 pitches. There's nobody warming up in the Royals bullpen. Two balls, 2 strikes. Left center field, and that's going to skip by Alex, and it's up against the wall. Chapman will be at second base with 1 out.
The Surrey Lottery will show you that ball was down out over the middle, 84, but he caught it in the right place. You could see where the turf is a little bit dark, it's a little bit dry and fast. Alex almost slipped out there because they pull the stands in for football here.
And there was also a concert recently which damaged the grass. Patch of it in right center field and in left center field. Bruce Maxwell is 0 for 2. And now they begin to stir around in the Royals bullpen. Down and away, 1 and 1. Scott Alexander is first up. Runner to third and out at third. Chapman Trying to move up 90 feet on Drew Butera.
Drew wound up and threw a perfect ball to Moose. Good jump out there by Chapman. Throw was good and firm, and Moose put the tag on him. Ball beat him. I don't know about his left hand. His left hand get in there? No, he's out. Look at, yeah, they want to replay it.
We're going to challenge it.
It looked like he might have got his left hand in there, but I don't know. It's too close.
So it's not a huge risk with the A's batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. Can you prove that Mike Moustakas did not make any contact at all with his left hand or his left arm before he touched the bag?
I don't know.
Can you prove that there was no contact right there? And
I can't.
Where's his glove before Chapman's hand is hitting the bag?
Yeah. But what do I know? Wichita, Indiana. I mean, what the heck? Let's go. So, let's see what they do.
Moustakas is chatting with third base coach Steve Scarsoni. I think they're both saying the same thing. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yep.
I think I got him on his arm right there. I think that's the play right there, Hud. Can you prove, if you're trying to overturn, that Moustakas did not make contact with Chapman's left hand?
No, and Will Little was all over that third base umpire. He was standing right on top of that. I don't see how they can do it now. This is a big out right here. Taking a while to look at it.
He's out.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Didn't see where he'd be safe. Call stands.
The call on the field stands.
Nice throw by Butera. Good tag by Moose.
So 2 down, bases empty. 1-2 on Maxwell. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Slash foul. Maxwell is a big, strong left-hand batter, and he has 1 home run in 132 at-bats. Hanging in there. Here's pitch number 100. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And only 1 inning tonight where he's thrown more than 20 pitches. That was the A's 2-run 3rd inning when Davis hit the home run to put Oakland in front. Right to Merrifield. So Chapman gets a 1-out double. But Drew Butera guns him down for the 2nd out of the inning, and the A's are scoreless in the 6th. Royals baseball is brought to you by Dodge. Join the Brotherhood of Muscle at the Dodge Summer Clearance event going on now. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
550, congratulations. Now batting.
That'll be it for Jason Hamill. He gives up 4 runs in 6 innings, hurt by the home run, but that's how Oakland scores its runs. Hamill allowed more than 2 home runs for the first time this year. Daniel Coulombe stays on for the 7th inning. Mike Moustakas has flied to the wall in right field and flied to the warning track in center field. That was against the starter Chris Smith. Strike over the inside. It's 0-2. The 2 teams that began the night ahead of the Royals in the wild card have lost. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Minnesota has lost. The Angels have lost.
1-2.
And the team directly behind the Royals in the wild card standings, Baltimore, they are losing in the 6th inning. The flip side of that is Minnesota lost to Cleveland, and the Royals are trying to chase down in the Central Division. So the best the Royals can hope for tonight with a win is to remain 5 games out. 2-2.
Stay at him, but don't hit him at him. Too many atom balls tonight off of Royals bats.
That's the shortstop Simeon on the right side of the infield. Coming up next Tuesday, the Royals will be hosting the Rockies in interleague play, and the first 10,000 fans will receive this Royals golf visor presented by Great Life KC. Visit Royals.com for tickets.
Rockies. Buddy Black, skipper. Greg Holland, closer.
Brandon Moss had one of the tough luck outs for the Royals tonight. He lined out to deep right field in the 4th inning. He is 0 for 2. Chris Smith also struck him out in the 1st. Bob Melvin leaves Coulomb in there to face Moss, and it's 0-2. That's his only lefty in the bullpen. But Brandon Moss, from a batting average perspective, has done a lot better against lefties this year than he has righties.
At least for average, he's able to keep his shoulder tucked in there, he says, because he knows that lefty's going to try to break him away.
That is foul. Daniel Coulomb, 5'10". One ball and 2 strikes. Born in Missouri, but grew up in Arizona. The Dodgers really wanted him. They drafted him out of high school, and then they drafted again out of college. And then he was traded to the A's 2 years ago. 2-2.
Let that one go.
He was aiming for that guy with the sunglasses on right behind home plate.
He said, hey, that was pretty cool.
From 0-2 to 3-2. Escobar is on deck, and the A's have a right-hander, Ryan Dole, warming up in their bullpen. Pulled to first. Olsen backhands. He'll take it himself. 2 outs. And now with 2 down, here comes Bob Melvin, and he'll bring on a right-hander to face Alcides Escobar. A's pitchers have retired the last 13 Royals, going back to 1 out in the 3rd inning. Ryan Dole is a Chevy call to the bullpen. 2 outs and nobody on. MLB.com At Bat is your #1 mobile app for live Royals baseball. You can customize At Bat to stay close to the Royals with home screen icons, live scores, news, stats, video highlights, radio broadcasts, and more. Escobar is grounded to short and lined to first.
Dole. Giving up just 3 homers. ERA just under 5. Time to get him. Set the table with 2.
Back into the crowd.
Low to mid-90s. Good natural sink. Slider. Occasional changeups. Another reliever, 5'10".
Three pitches. Down goes Escobar. And down go the Royals. These pitchers have set down the last 14 Royals hitters. Time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Jose Altuve at it again, 2 for 4. He has 48 multi-hit games. Boston Red Sox turned a triple play with Yadier Molina at the plate. Boston won again. And Joey Gallo, 34 home runs. That would be 14 more home runs than singles.
Wow. He doesn't get cheated. He's got a massive rip. Big guy, too.
Scott Alexander will get the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Boog Powell, Matt Joyce, and Marcus Semien.
Nice ERA, 2.63. Does it all with a sinker. Occasional slider.
Powell has doubled. That was high off the right field wall in the 2nd inning, and he's flied to left. Oh, 0-2.
That pitch he hit, that ball was 4 inches off the ground, and he hit it off the top of the wall and right. That was impressive. Boog Powell, speed guy.
Still 0-2. Foul ball bit Drew Butera, so Tim Timmons will walk the new baseball out to Scott Alexander, giving Drew some time to shake it off.
The sinker ball, or them hitters are hitting the top of the ball and it's staying, you know, he's going to get more foul tips off of a pitcher like Alexander. Might have been the occasional slider there, hit him with the thigh, inside of the thigh. No protection.
1-2.
He knows what that's like. He's watching his buddy Drew getting beat up. There's Pedro Grifol, the catcher's instructor there. They've all taken their share.
2-2. Better him than me.
That's what he's saying.
Still 2-2. Scott Alexander pitched on Saturday in Chicago and suffered a blown save, but he ended up being the winning pitcher thanks to Melky Cabrera's home run. And tonight he's trying to snap a string of 7 straight appearances, allowing at least 1 run. Escobar goes to the middle. Powell runs well. He makes it a close play, but he's out number 1. The Royals scored 3 in the top of the first inning, but the A's countered right away. Matt Joyce leading off the bottom of the first against Jason Hamill. That's our Jeep drive of the game. And then Matt Olson would add a home run in the second with nobody on. Chris Davis would hit a 2-run home run in the third inning. And that set our score at 4-3. Matt Joyce was 1 for 3 against Jason Hamill. Almost the identical play Escobar had against Powell. 2 down.
It's what you get when Alexander's on his game. He's just vicious. He's tough to hit. And when you put him in play, it's a 1 hopper, 2 hopper to somebody.
Marcus Semien.
Marcus Semien was 1 for 3 against Jason Hamill. Hamill went 6. He gave up the 3 home runs and 4 runs in his first 3 innings. No runs, 2 hits in his last 3 innings. It was the first time all year that Hamill gave up more than 2 home runs, and it was the first time since July the 1st that he gave up more than 3 runs. 2-1. Another chopper. This time Moustakas on the left side, hitting over. So Scott Alexander does snap the string. No runs allowed in a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th inning.
that's how they win their games or score their runs. They hit homers. Joyce, he led off with his 17th home run. Then Matt Olson, he hits his 8th. That just went right off the top of the wall. And then, not to be outdone, wow, Chris Davis, he hit his 33rd. He powered that one. There we are. Royals got to play a little bit of comeback here. They can't do it. Get him on, get him over, get him in, tie it up, and push. Stay hot, get that win.
And they'll see a 37-year-old. So the game began with a 36-year-old starter, Chris Smith. Now 37-year-old reliever Santiago Casilla.
He's been touched up. Likes his fastball. Mid-90s. Spike curve. Slider.
Royals have been here before. Royals are tied with the A's for the most wins when trailing after 7 innings. And they did that on Saturday in Chicago. That was their most recent win. One and one to Alex. He is flied to the warning track in right center field, and he is lined to second. Royals have had several hard hit outs. Line drives on the infield to the outfield, fly balls to the warning track. Is he able to hold his swing? Yes. Will Little is the third base umpire. 2-1.
Alex is due. He's been sitting on that 5 home runs since July 3rd.
3-1. Leadoff walk on a close pitch. Casillas frustrated with the strike zone, still looking in at Tim Timmons and reading his lips. He says, was that down?
Well, let's see. Yep.
Pretty good cluster of pitches there.
Yeah, that's where we want to keep it on, Alex. He knows Alex is strong. See what Drew wants to do or what Ned wants him to do. Got Whitley coming up. Bunting situation, we'll see. Tough to bunt a hard fastball. He might just trust Drew to swing away. Let's see.
Outside for ball 1.
That's a hard pitch to get down on the ground, so you know you're going to attempt to bunt a guy over on a hard fastball. Sometimes managers would rather see him try to hit a hole, get a base hit, extra base hit even.
Drew turned as if he was going to bunt.
A little late though.
Yep.
He missed it. He tried to deke him. Lots of times in a bunting situation, a pitcher will throw over to first base and see if the hitter flinches or turns around a bunt, so he gives it away so they know.
Deep into the left field corner. It is hooking. It is gone. Drew Butera with a 2-run home run in the 8th inning. How about the Royals catchers picking up Salvador Perez? That was one of the first things we talked about coming on the air tonight. with Cam Gallagher's grand slam last night. And now Drew Butera in the 8th inning tonight.
Shock the house. That's why you don't bunt him. Right there, ball right down the middle. Drew took out a sand wedge. That ball was high and far. The only question was it going to stay fair? Oh, what a timely shot that was. Got him falling all over everywhere.
The first runs for the Royals since the 1st inning.
Oh, timely. Alex leadoff walk.
It has been the magical 8th inning for the Royals, outscoring their opponents by 37 runs in this inning.
Oh, man. First hit since the 3rd as well. Man. A lot of Adam balls that were caught. Look at Drew. Look at Scotty Alexander there. He's saying, hey, yeah, I'll take that.
I'll take that win.
That's right. Little vulture. It's beautiful. Bomb. Drew. Way to go. Last start, 4 hits. First time in his career.
Powell fades back in center and takes care of Witt. That's the first out of the 8th inning.
All right.
Royals catchers the last 2 nights have hit 2 home runs and driven in 6. And as you said, the game before that on Sunday afternoon in Chicago, Drew had a 4-hit game for the first time in his career. Now Cam Gallagher's out in the Royals bullpen as the Royals had Peter Moylan warming up. That's who Gallagher was back of the plate of. But now with the Royals taking the lead, it's Joakim Soria. Lorenzo Cain has his 2nd hit. And he is hitting better than .500 this year against the Oakland A's. It's also the 3rd time he's been on base. And here comes Bob Melvin. A's pitchers, going back to the 3rd inning, had set down 14 Royals in a row. But Alex Gordon walked. Drew Butera hits a home run. And now Blake Trinan comes on with 1 on, 1 out. With 1 on, 1 out in the 8th inning. Remember, the Royals in Fox Sports Kansas City are offering a unique way for fans across the Midwest to enjoy a game at Kauffman Stadium. It's the Raised Royal Fan Express, and the next stop is in St. Joe on August 19th. Go to Royals.com/Fan Express for more information.
Blake Trinan. Check him out. He's a sinker baller. Hard. Heavy sinker. Low to mid-90s. Slider change. 52 innings worked. 47 strikeouts. Good arm.
Big rip by Hosmer. Tributera's 2-run home run puts the Royals in front for the first time since the 2nd inning. And it was the first Royals hit since the 3rd inning. Eric Hosmer drove in 2 of the 3 runs in the first. He is 1 for 3. Blake Trinan was born in Wichita,
Kansas.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then grew up in Osage City, 90 miles southwest of KC.
Okay.
Not to be confused with
Wichita, Indiana.
Correct.
Or Sugarland, Indiana.
Right.
That's independent. Sorry.
The A's just recently got Blake Trinan, and to be accurate, they got him back from the Washington Nationals. That was the deal that sent Sean Doolittle and former Royal Ryan Madsen from Oakland to Washington. Blake Trinan actually came up through the A's organization and then was traded to Washington. .96 miles an hour, 2 balls and 1 strike. Trinan started his college career at Baker in Baldwin City, Kansas, transferred to the University of Arkansas, and then transferred to South Dakota State. And that's where he was discovered by Oakland. Three and 1. So no victory for Chris Smith, who's still looking for a big league win since 2008. Janice, our stage manager here in Oakland, who is one of our absolute favorites in the league, showed me a note that the last time Chris Smith was in line to win a game, Santiago Casilla had the blown save. That is drilled to deep left field. Davis is back. And another 2-run home run for the Royals in the 8th inning. Eric Hosmer has driven in 4 tonight. Down by 1 when the inning began. The Royals lead by 3.
Woo! Man, that ball was smoked up there, too. 20th on the year for Haas. 3-1 count. He knew it was coming. And that ball was right down the middle at 95. He supplied the power. Haas just put a nice little level swing on. He knew it. Oh, man, that's sweet. That's some more insurance run for the fellas right there. That ball was way up in there. Yeah.
Melky Cabrera over the mound, over the bag. Simeon throws him out, 2 away. Does it seem like the Royals have had quite a few 4-run innings lately?
Sure does.
That is their 5th on this trip.
Huh. Nice.
Now batting, number 8, Mike Moustakas.
Keep it up. Drews was a shocker, though. We know Haas, that's his 20th. That was just Drews' 3rd. They'll take him.
Mike Moustakas with 2 down. Royals offense really started to come together in June and really got going in the latter part of June and into July. But what was missing in April and in May and parts of the first half was just a big inning. Remember how many times you said they just need a big inning, they need a big hit? Well, since the All-Star break, the Royals have had 16 innings of 4 or more runs.
Yeah. Get them in bunches.
Now Mike Moustakas, crushed right center field, 3 home runs in the inning for the Royals. And now Mike Moustakas is 1 home run shy of tying Steve Balboni for the single season home run record.
That ball was tagged. 35th for Moose. A lot of Moose calls here.
Now batting, number 37.
He took a little something off there. Must have been a slider. Could have been a changeup. Hard to tell. Wasn't much break to it, but there was a little less velocity than Hosmer's at 95.
And now Mike Moustakas has hit the most home runs in Royals history by a left-hand hitter, passing John Mayberry, who had 34 in 1975.
Congratulations, Moose.
One and one on Brandon Moss. The Royals had a total of 0 hits in innings 4, 5, 6, and 7. They had no base runners in those innings. That'll land over near the A's bullpen. Down 4-3 when this inning began. Alex Gordon walked. Drew Butera hit a 2-run home run with 1 out. Lorenzo Cain singled. Eric Hosmer hit a 2-run home run with 2 outs. Mike Moustakas has hit a home run.
Royals like the guys that throw hard.
And that puts an end to the 8th inning. But the Royals blast 3 home runs. This put the Royals in front. Drew Butera just inside the left field foul pole. Eric Hosmer the other way, and Mike Moustakas hits number 35. For the Royals. Eric Hosmer hit the 2nd. Mike Moustakas hit the 3rd. And suddenly the Royals have a 4-run lead. Here's our pitching matchup tomorrow. The Royals will get their first look at Paul Blackburn. Danny Duffy will pitch for KC. It's an afternoon game tomorrow. Joakim Soria in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ball 1 to Jed Lowry. Phillips shows us what's in the tank. And Danny Duffy, who won his first big league game here back in 2011, is 3-0 here at the Coliseum with a 2.33 ERA. 2-0 on Lowry.
Joaquin fastball, slider, curve, change, split finger.
They'll get Lowry, the number 3 hitter, then Davis and Healy. Two and two. And Jed Lowry, you can hear him say, "No, no, Tim," talking to Tim Timmons.
Yeah.
Jed Lowry is the last remaining A's player who appeared in the wild card game. He is not, however, the only A's player in that wild card game who is in the house.
Yep.
And I'm referring to Jason Hamill, who started tonight for the Royals. Royals have several players remaining from that game. That's past Hosmer. Almost hit a folding chair, and it's down into the right field corner. The security guard down there pulled the chair away long after it went whistling by the chair. But we almost had folding chair interference.
Yeah, we did. Lowry, who you mentioned rarely strikes out, struck out once today. He's not happy. He picked on that pitch there and just raked it down the line. Good swing. There's the chair there. He goes, "Oh, I forgot to move it." It's okay. That ball gets on you in a hurry, you know. He made a move for it, but it's too late. Ball was by him.
That was Lowry's 38th double. Chris Davis is 1 for 3. He had a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. The A's have hit 3 home runs, and that 2-run home run in the 3rd inning put Oakland in front 4-3, and that was the score until the Royals just got 5 in the 8th. And I think it causes us to look back at Jason Hamill's line. With the Royals down, you can say, well, Hamill gave up 4 runs in the first 3, but none in the last 3. And you say, well, so what? The Royals are down. It doesn't matter. Well, now that the Royals have the lead, you go back to Hamill's line and you say, well, he gave up 3 home runs and 4 runs in the first 3. But now, how important were those last 3 innings when he was able to put it together and keep the A's scoreless in the 4th, 5th, and 6th?
Oh, he was consistent again. Did his job.
Scott Alexander pitched a scoreless 7th. Well, the Royals have won 9 games this year, trailing after 7. The A's have won 9 games this year, trailing after 7. And that's the most in the major leagues. That ball sinking on Kane, and it drops in front of him. So Lowry goes to 3rd, and now the A's have runners at 1st and 3rd and nobody out.
Davis is strong. That ball is on the inner half, and he stayed inside of it, and he raked it to center. And Locane, on contact, he came in, and that's the reason Lowry wasn't able to score. He thought Locane was going to catch it.
Brian Healy is 1 for 3. He has 21 home runs. Only Chris Davis has more for the A's this year. The A's have relied on home runs for almost 50% of their offense this year. They have the 3rd highest percentage in the major leagues, and all 4 of their runs tonight have been because of a home run. 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Healy is a strikeout candidate with 112 and a double play candidate with 10.
Put him in the lane. Give him the run. Take the 2 outs.
Drilled to left field. Alex is back. He's got it and crashes into the wall, and the ball comes out of his glove. A run scores. It looked like it was in his glove, or maybe it went off of his glove. But Healy drives in Lowry, and it's 8-5.
That ball was laced. I mean, that's a good thing that stayed in the ballpark there.
Nope, it was off of his glove.
Yeah, great effort. I can't believe he even got to it. I mean, because that ball was lined. I mean, it didn't take long to get out to that outfield, and just off the end of his glove. Great effort. Good try. And they still have first and second, so they got a chance to roll one up here. Dave Island coming out, going to get some extra action up in that bullpen.
Every time the Royals turn a double play, the next day McDouble sandwiches are only $1 at participating McDonald's in the greater Kansas City, St. Joseph, and Lawrence locations.
Matt Olson.
Matt Olson is at the plate, representing the tying run. Fastball at the knees for a strike. Olson has one of the 3 Oakland home runs. He homered back in the 2nd inning against Hamill. Mike Minor is warming up in the Royals bullpen. Could not resist swinging at that big curveball, and it's 0-2.
Good spot inside. Hamill got him on an inside breaker like that.
One and 2. Davis is at second. Healy's at first. Base hit center field. And now the tying run is on with nobody out. It has been a noisy bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, not what they need here, and especially with nobody out. He is missing big time in the middle. And a few of those power hitters, that ball's up. A few of those guys, I mean, those guys can hit the ball to the ballpark. So fortunate that this is still the score is like it is. I mean, just missing too much in the middle.
Matt Chapman is 1 for 3 with a double. 1-1. The Royals were down by 1 going into the 8th inning, and they scored 5. The A's were down by 4 going into this inning, and they've scored 2. Left-hand hitting Bruce Maxwell is on deck. And Mike Minor's ready to go in the Royals bullpen. Bob Melvin does have some right-hand bats to counter that move if Ned Yost goes to Mike Minor. 1-2. That breaking ball stayed up.
Yeah, everything has been up.
Foul to the Royals dugout. Lowry opened the inning with a double. Davis singled. Healy singled off the wall in left field. That drove in a run. Olsen has driven in a run. Strikeout, 1 away. And Ned Yost says that's enough.
Yeah.
So Soria faces 5. He retires 1. And now hoping that Mike Minor can shut the door on the A's in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Attention, please.
Bob Melvin makes a move. Chad Pinder, who played second base last night, a right-hand batter, will bat for Bruce Maxwell. And Mike Minor comes on with runners at first and second and 1 out.
It's got some pop. Be careful. Now he is 0 for 6 off the bench as a pinch hitter this year. 207 opponent average, under 3 ERA. Get the job done. Fastball, slider, changeup.
Late on the fastball, caught by that fan who brought his glove. Is that a K-State? It is. K-State hoodie and cap.
Dig yourself, sir. Way to bring your glove to the game. Show up here, even though you're all by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Try that one.
Pinder was 0 for 4 last night. He does have 10 home runs. The first 4 reached against Soria, with the A's scoring 2, and then Soria struck out Chapman right before the pitching change. Skips away from Drew, and now the tying runs in scoring position.
Didn't want to do that. Now Drew did a nice job. He can't always control the bounce. It hit high on his right shoulder and it kicked left. So he was in good position, but you know, the bounce was high off the plate. Good try.
And now the A's can get 1 run with a well-placed out. Minor needs a strikeout. He got it.
Nice. Good spot down in the zone. That's exactly what he wanted. Keep it down. Get the strikeout. Like a slider. Could have been changeup. Hard to see that the break on that, but it's well executed.
Another left-hand batter, Boog Powell, was scheduled to hit. And now Bob Melvin will bring Rajai Davis off the bench, as he did last night for Boog Powell, and flied out to center field.
Batting for Boog Powell, number 11, Rajai
Davis makes me a little nervous. He's 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter. I know Ned's saying the same thing. Veteran.
Second and third, 2 down. Inside, ball 1. Two and 0. Here's an open base. And the Royals are going to put Davis on. I was just going to say, typically you do not put the go-ahead run on base, or just give the opposition the go-ahead run, but there's an open base, and now Mike Minor will have a lefty-lefty matchup with Matt Joyce. And Matt Joyce, we were talking about this earlier, this is what's kept him from being an everyday player in the major leagues. That's actually not a bad number for him against lefties in his career.
Yeah, I'm glad that they put him on over there, because Davis, he has experience. It's big hits.
Just outside, ball 1. Matt Joyce homered in the first inning against Hamill. He is 1 for 4. He has not faced Mike Minor. Left field. Alex is back to the track, and it's off the wall. And the A's will get 3 to take the lead. The Royals get 5 in the 8th. The A's get 5 in the 8th.
Just a fastball that was elevated on the outer half at 95. Joyce went with it, caught it perfectly. I thought, and he thought, it was out of the ballpark. And then I watched Alex taking off, and he was all knees and elbows on that one. Davis, good runner at first base, who scored easily.
0-1 on Simeon. Four of the runs are charged to Soria. Now a base hit left field. Joyce is going to be waved home on Alex Gordon. He is safe, and Oakland has a 2-run lead.
Wow, Dave Island out here hoping to stop the bleeding here, but man, you score that many runs, you score 5 runs in the 8th inning, you don't think that the pen could hold that. Here comes Oakland.
Now batting second baseman, number 8, Jed Lowry.
And now the guy that started all this, Jed Lowry. Lowry is a left-hand batter, leading off this inning against Soria, doubled up the right field line and scored the A's first run. Inside corner, a strike. And remember, Lowry wasn't happy with Tim Timmons the first time he was up. Remember, we were talking about all the big innings the Royals have had on this trip. They've had 5 innings where they've scored 4 more runs.
Yep.
Well, they've also had some difficulty lately preventing the big inning. Remember, they gave up a couple of 6-run innings against the Cardinals at Kauffman Stadium, a couple of big innings against the Cardinals in St. Louis.
Yep.
Lowry down on strikes, and he's close to getting thrown out of the game. The A's answer the Royals. The Royals scored 5 in the 8th. Oakland gets 6 in the 8th.
Wild swings, a lot of offense, and when we talk about it all on Boulevard Royals Live, we will break down all of the late runs on both sides in this game, and perhaps lost in the midst of all of this, whether it be collapse in the 8th inning or perhaps the Royals comeback, is Mike Moustakas nearing history, home run number 35. That, comments from Ned Yost, and much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Ryan?
All right, Joel. Rajay Davis stays in the game in center field. Dustin Garneau takes over behind the plate, and Blake Trinan stays on the mound. The Royals hit 2 of their 3 home runs in that 5-run 8th inning against Trinan. And while he's relieved because his team scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, he had to sit down for a long time in the bullpen, and for a late inning reliever trying to pitch in 2 different innings oftentimes does not work out.
Well, let's hope it doesn't this time either. He's got a hard sinker, but he's been up in the zone. Obviously, slider change.
Eric Hosmer's 2-run home run, Mike Moustakas' solo home run came against Trinan. Drew Butera had hit a 2-run home run against Santiago Castilla. Two and two. From 0-2 to 3-2. Escobar, Gordon, Butera.
See Dustin Garneau, the new catcher that's in, just held his glove right here. Come on, just right here. That's all we need. Make it, put it in play.
Escobar taps it up the third base side. He will be on to begin the 9th inning.
Put it in play. That's it. A little too close to take. You can't take anything like that. Might want to call him out. Another infield hit.
Escobar was the only Royal who did not bat in that 5-run 8th inning. Alex Gordon started that inning with a walk against Casilla, and then he scored on the Drew Butera home run.
He's due.
Fastball at 98. Six home runs have been hit. The A's hit 3. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. The Royals hit 3 in the 8th. But the A's, known for relying on their home runs, they scored 6 in the 8th inning without a home run. Didn't mean to do it. It's 0-2. Drew Butera's on deck. He had a 2-run home run, putting the Royals in front last inning. Still 0-2. ball, 2 strikes.
They're giving him that whole left side. 2 strikes here. Just want to keep the line moving. We'll have to pull him.
Another foul ball.
There's a shot. There's a shot to left. Good try.
Treinen has only thrown 30 or more pitches 3 times this year. His season high is 36, but that was at the end of April. Two and two. So again, I go back to a late inning reliever who has to go up and down, which refers to get warmed up to go in the game. You come in the game, now you cool down in the bullpen and have to fire it back up again. Much easier for a starter than it is a late inning reliever. And he's getting into a territory where he hasn't been very often in pitches thrown, and Alex just keeps spoiling pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a heavy sinker at 97.
Dusty Baker once referred to Blake Treinen's sinker, and it was last year. Remember, the Nationals came to town and said he has a turbo sinker.
See if he can make a mistake and Alex can sink one over the wall.
3 and 2. So twice Treinen has gone from 0 and 2 to 3 and 2. He did it with Escobar, and now he's done it with Gordon. And he gets a strikeout. I'll tell you what, give him credit, Hud. He was 3 and 2 after that long battle with Escobar, and he went with the breaking ball. And Esky got the infield single. 0 and 2 to 3 and 2 with Alex, and he went with a breaking ball.
Yep, and it was a strike. Great pitch.
The Royals were down by 1 in the 8th inning, and Drew Butera hit a 2-run home run to put the Royals in front. And the Royals would go on to score 3 more. Matt Joyce, who hit a 3-run double in the A's 6-run 8th, makes the play in right, and there are 2 down.
Now batting, number 15, Whit Merrifield.
In the division, Cleveland has won. In the wild card, the 2 teams that were ahead of the Royals, the Angels and the Twins, lost, and the team right behind the Royals in the wild card, Baltimore, lost. That's not going to make anybody feel better in the clubhouse if the A's win this game. 0 and 2. These 2 teams have the most wins in the major leagues, trailing after 7 innings. The Royals scored 5 in the 8th. The A's scored 6 in the 8th. Escobar runs, and Whit fouls it away. runs on. Matt Joyce had the big hit. He hit the 3-run double off the left field wall. That put Oakland in front. Marcus Semien added another run. That's our Honda play of the game. The Royals still had the lead when Matt Joyce doubled off the wall against Mike Minor. Minor gives up 2. Soria gives up 4 in that 6-run bottom of the 8th inning, and the A's have evened the series with a 10-8 victory.
Tough, especially after a nice little comeback barrage of 3 homers. But you know what? Got to credit Oakland for their resilience coming back.
We'll be right back.